I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't be replaced.
It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only.
What up, ho? We in other people business, and I want to talk about Clarissa Shields and Papoose going on the Tamron Hall show and basically announcing that they had been communicating with one another since 2020. Now, to me, this is cause for conversation because I distinctively remember Papoose airing Remy out saying that Remy had a boyfriend in retaliation to why he was with Clarissa Shields. So I feel like a lot of people were under the impression that Papoose had come out so publicly with Clarissa because Remy Ma had cheated on him. Or at least in my opinion, that's what I felt like they were trying to tell people on social media when they had the big blow up. Now, a lot of people felt like Remy Ma, when Papoose responded to Remy Ma saying that she had a boyfriend, a lot of people or some people felt like Remy Ma got her boyfriend after she discovered that Papoose had cheated on her with Clarissa Shields. And I think we are now figuring out that that is actually true. And I'm going to follow, well, I want you guys to follow along with me as I walk you guys through it because Papoose and Remy had announced that they were going to be getting a divorce in May of 2025. Now, it's important to note that in December of 2024, Remy had exposed Papoose for cheating allegedly. Now, Remy Ma had took to social media at one point recently or a few months back this year and posted screenshots of a conversation between Clarissa and Papoose where Clarissa was basically begging Papoose to stay on the phone with her. And in these text messages, she acknowledges that Papoose is a married man. So it says, but that's okay. We are human beings. No human is going to be able to report their every move. You see nothing wrong with that. And then question mark. So that's Papoose, I assume, talking to Clarissa. So Clarissa responds and says, you take accountability. You are the one who is married. If you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal to let me know you made it home safe or to communicate you fell asleep in the sprinter. So basically, this is, like I said, a conversation between Papoose and Clarissa, where I guess Clarissa was checking him for not communicating with her that he made it home, a married man, might I add. And she was telling him to be accountable for not communicating that with her. He was basically trying to tell her he can't communicate his every move. And this is really a weird conversation considering he is a married man. So why are you pressing a married man about not sleeping on the phone with you? Who knows? But Remy Ma had she put in the caption on Instagram, Papoose dumbass fell asleep on the phone with Clarissa Shields. She tagged her, laying in my house, he refuses to leave. This bitch supposed to be a world champion boxer and get scary ass hung and I guess she meant to say her scary ass hung up soon as she heard my voice. Now I'm telling everything. Oh, and baby girl, you not the only one. So this was interesting to me because Clarissa then responded and said, this can't be serious. You have a boyfriend. And I'm assuming she's getting this information from Papoose because, that's how men are. They pillow talk to their side chicks. And then Remy Ma responded and said, that's what he told you, LOL. And like I said, a lot of people were speculating at the time that Papoose had come out so publicly while he was married with Clarissa because Remy Ma cheated on him, when in reality, he cheated on Remy Ma. And he confirmed that when he went on the Tamron Hall show with Clarissa. And sidebar, why would a woman like Tamron Hall, who's supposed to be a respectable, educated, professional woman, bring a married man on her show and insist on officiating a wedding between him and his side chick when he isn't even married? I assume not married, but when he isn't even divorced.
That she called Stevenson fight.
Yeah.
And then
You shook her hand and said, "You want to say it?"
Yeah. I happened to be walking to my seat, and I
You
was like,
happened to be.
yeah, and I was like, wow, is that Clarissa Shields? I've always been a fan of her.
Yeah.
So basically, like he said on the Tamron Hall show, which I'm going to play more of the clip to make my points, but he's basically saying that he was always a fan of her. And he met her, he thought he was beautiful. He thought she was beautiful as soon as he met her. And I think they exchanged numbers. We're going to get into that. But I want to pay attention to this post that Papoose had made on May the 22nd. It says, "This was so easy to file for divorce. Why hasn't she done it? The only reason I haven't filed previously is for the sake of my daughter. She has to go to school. When two individuals behave like civilized adults, you can get a divorce peacefully and privately. And that was my intentions. But when a person wants to be bitter and clout chase, it turns into a circus, which can lead to an embarrassment for my child. You just lied for an hour straight, but actions speak louder than lies. You just called me yesterday trying to get back with me, and I said no." And this is also interesting because fans saw Papoose at a runway show that Remy was at a few weeks ago, and he literally popped up so fast with his camera out. Now, I don't know if this is old or not, but people in the comments were saying this was pretty recent.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Hell no!
And just a few months back, when Remy Ma performed at one of those fight nights, Clarissa was seen captured at the same fight, doing a whole lot, trying to get Remy Ma's attention, while also not sitting next to Papoose. And people also got Papoose staring at Remy Ma from the other side of the room. He was also sitting all the way at the end of the seat.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Hell no!
So why am I saying all this? Why does it matter? Because it seems as though Clarissa is actually more of a coleslaw Horion backyardigan than we thought. She actually sought out Remy Ma's husband, Papoose, or Papoose sought her out. Regardless, she knew that he was married and still engaged in a situation with him. And I'm going to assume, based off of him maybe lying to her and saying that Remy Ma had a boyfriend or was in a relationship or cheated on him, or probably by saying that he wasn't happy, who knows? But it's actually facts that they tried to make Remy Ma out to be the liar, like she was the one wrong in the relationship, when in reality it was Papoose. So Clarissa having all of this animosity toward Remy Ma is like, what's the reason, right? Because Clarissa even also went out of her way to tell Remy that she wanted to fight her. Why do you want to fight her when you are the one dating her husband? And it's just one of those things where the side chicks always have the same MO. They listen to all of the lies that the men say, and they literally have a lot of vitriol toward their wives for no reason.
I got a video he sent me back in 2000 and was it 20 or something? So he's been a fan. You get your moment to say I'm a fan.
Yeah, I see her. And when I went to shake her hand, I realized how beautiful she was.
We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever Frank. He done came out and done said it.
Which we are now about to establish. I believe that she started dating this man after she found out Papoose was cheating on her with Clarissa, because they are about to give you the date. Hold on.
It's not a thing of me having the issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. Don't look at me and say, oh, you just came and messed up this happy home and stuff like that. Because that's not what happened.
I don't know. I don't think I've heard her talk this long, but is it just me or she sound kind of slow or like she suck her thumb or talking with her tongue or something?
We would still not be public or people wouldn't know still right now because that's not how he does things. That's not how I'm doing things moving forward. Like for me, I'm just not like that. I'm not fighting over no man.
Well, I would like to know what you're fighting for because I don't know where in which Remy did leak her number, but y'all get in the comment section and let me know because maybe that's something that I missed. But let's get into the timeline in which they discussed that he started texting her in 2020 and then she reached out to him and asked him to come to one of her events. And that's how this relationship started.
And so, never to be shy, as the rumor I heard, you then slipped into the DMs and offered him VIP tickets to the fight.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, you know what?
For me, I'm just not like that.
I was like, he's a fan of boxing, and why not come and see the greatest fight? But I did recognize, like, right away, I'm like, that's a good-looking man.
I'm not fighting over no man.
I thought to myself, I said, hey, you gotta be blind, and I say he's a good-looking man. That's all I'm saying. So when I put in there, I was like, but I didn't even know that I liked him until like probably about 2 weeks. We was texting back and forth.
So if we follow in the story, a married man is her biggest fan and went to one of her events and saw her at one of her events. They somehow linked up after the fact, or she thought he was nice or thought he looked good. So she reached out to him and invited him to one of her events. And then 2 weeks after that, they started texting, which would mean that was still in 2020 when they met, right? So I don't know. I'm going to go back and find the dates. Let me know if y'all want me to really, really deep dive into it. So in 2020, they met at some event. Apparently, she had some type of boxing match, so it would have had to be a boxing match within 2020. And then within 2 weeks of her inviting him to that boxing match, they started texting back and forth. This was a married man. Mind you, Tamron Hall is about to sit up here knowing this is a married man and try to ask them to officiate their wedding. She's really urging them to get married and encouraging them to get married, asking them about family, etc., which in my opinion is kind of distasteful to have the both of them up here, period. If it's about Clarissa Shields being one of the world boxing champions of all time, whatever, then let it be about that.
For the longest.
Well, I love this, but you were texting, but then you sent each other poems.
Yes.
I don't have them on, but yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We started at some point.
Because I rap too.
I found out that she does.
And it's almost giving like side chicks always take up a monitoring spirit or they have a monitoring spirit. And it always seems as though they get close to the woman, they monitor them, they monitor what they do, what they like, and then they try to take on that entire lifestyle and or personality. But if she used to rap, child, she used to rap.
Poetry. When I was back in school, I used to write it, but he didn't believe, but he told me the same thing with him. So he sent me a poem, and then I sent him one back, and then we kind of did one, like we did one together, we did one separate. We got a few different poems, yeah.
Poems with a married man, how sweet. Y'all get in the comment section and let me know what you think. I'm not saying Remy Ma and Papoose relationship was all peaches and cream, but what I am saying is Clarissa has taken up a side chick persona. She has taken up the aura of a side chick. They all have the same excuses. They all have the same mentality. They all have the same aura about themselves. It's always, he told me this, and they're always believing what the men say. They're never using their intuition, their foresight, or just using their outright common sense. They're always positioning themselves to be in competitive spaces with women for men that aren't even theirs, and then taking up anger and resentment and frustration toward the women that they have placed themselves in competition with. But with that being said, y'all get in the comment section and let me know what you think about all of this. She does say that they are going to be working on starting a family soon and getting married soon, which I thought was kind of weird too, considering he's not even divorced.
She's mad that he moved on while she's moved on. You know how people want their cake, they will eat it too.
Side chicks literally have the same origin story. It's crazy. This is the same thing Horion was saying about Mel. Like, oh, she was cheating on him too because that's something that Martell told him. And at some point, it gets ridiculous. And you have to know that Clarissa isn't innocent as she tries to make herself out to be. She wanted this.
It'll happen, yes.
She said, yeah, she heard it.
Oh, wait a minute.
She did leak your number on the internet. Has that affected you? Have people been using it and calling?
Absolutely. All these private calls and reds and reds.
Okay. Does that count as a, what is it? Okay, Pat, what are you doing here? I'm getting nervous.
Oh, you went down to get on one knee.
I'm just saying.
Not yet.
But have you thought about how you want to propose?
Yes, she made it very clear that it has to be gigantic, extravagant.
So Papoose and Remy Ma are not married. At this point, I'm starting to think that Remy Ma is allowing them to run their mouth and set the foundation for him to not be able to get any spousal support from her, or maybe for her to be able to get spousal support from him, considering he cheated first. Clearly, in this interview, they say that they met in 2020. They started texting within 2 weeks. She got in his DM, invited him out to one of her shows or one of her fights, and then that was that. Now she's saying that she take up issue with Remy Ma because Remy Ma leaked her number, but they always have audacity, right? They always feel like they can bombard their way into somebody else's home and then nobody retaliate or have any emotion or frustration. So they always start with the retaliation of that person and never from the start. Do you think she would have leaked your number if she wasn't explaining the fact that you were texting her husband? And I'm not even saying leaking her number is right, but I'm not saying that's not the worst part of this story. For her to be so eager to have an issue with Remy Ma when you the one sleeping with her husband. But like I said, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so y'all are up to date each and every time that I upload.
I mean, we do have a Tamron Hall studio and the Tam fam available. I'm just saying. And I have officiated weddings before. I have married 4 couples. They're all still together.
Wow.
So if you need fans, your cousins are here. Our 2 cousins are already here right now. Listen, I'm poor Pap. He's like, I'm going to start sweating now. Clarissa's 2 cousins, they box as well. They're here. We got the witnesses here. We got everybody. Oh my God. That would be epic. So hilarious. Okay, we're going to consider. Listen,
I will say that she's definitely one of the best things that ever happened to
oh.
me.
Yeah. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah. I pull up, roll the window down it.